Welcome to Changing Mind. Here's my first ever book review. Let's dive in. In life, even when we're giving our best effort, there are moments when things don't align in our favor, and challenges arise, and more will come. At times, even encouraging words from loved ones or motivational quotes can feel repetitive. We understand how to motivate ourselves and make the attempt, but reaching our goals can still elude us. Essentially, life presents unavoidable obstacles. This 2021 book by Thomas Erikson acts as a practical guide to navigating those barriers and achieving what we set out to do. If you're interested in managing your responses to setbacks, taking full ownership of your life, and building resilience to pursue your dreams, let's explore it together. Before diving deeper, let's learn about the author, Thomas Erikson. He's a behavioral expert and best-selling writer, but it took him 20 years to gain recognition. For those 2 decades, he persistently sought publishers' attention, facing repeated rejections. He accumulated a substantial collection of rejection letters. Still, he used the feedback to revise his work repeatedly and continued submitting to publishers with determination to realize his vision. When Surrounded by Idiots was published, it sold over 3 million copies and achieved strong bestseller status. What drove him to persist for so long? What advice does he offer us to follow suit? If you're set, let's begin. Chapter 1. Time to wake up and own your life. Let's acknowledge it. Life isn't perfect for anyone. We all encounter difficulties and express frustrations about them. We have concerns or situations we wish were different, and it's easy to get caught in a cycle of complaints. Worrying or complaining isn't inherently wrong, but it doesn't alter what dissatisfies us. Change comes from action, what we choose to do. Many of us have ambitious dreams, stepping beyond comfort zones to start a business, losing extra weight, or ending harmful habits. Yet, time passes, and we often find people remaining in the same place. The "start tomorrow" approach is common. Perhaps you relate. You desire change but struggle to act. Or, as you prepare to concentrate, distractions like a shopping app pull you away, or others drain your focus. Evenings might draw you to relax with shows instead. Before long, months have gone by without progress toward your goals. You might point to your boss, friends, or external systems for the stagnation or delays, but the fact is, you're the one accountable for your life. You're fully responsible for your decisions, actions taken and avoided. Your reactions to events are yours too. This is empowering. If we're in control, we don't need to wait for others to improve things. We can make the changes ourselves. But first, we must confront fears and handle setbacks, which leads to the next chapter. Chapter 2. Confront your fears and address problems. Sometimes, we sense something isn't right in life. For instance, we tire more quickly on stairs, or a manager reduces our responsibilities, or we suspect a child is concealing something. Most of us have instincts that detect potential issues. However, we're also skilled at denying what we prefer not to face. Often, this denial roots in fear of appearing inadequate, failing, or losing a job or relationship. These fears can immobilize us, yet it feels secure until problems escalate. We need to learn to face fears and tackle issues directly. Fears won't vanish entirely. They're part of our protective instincts, but we don't have to let them restrict us. Experience the fear and proceed regardless. Consider a concern you've been avoiding in your life. List 3 specific steps to address it. It may seem straightforward, and it is. The more you practice handling problems actively, the simpler it becomes. Begin small. If health is the issue, schedule a doctor's visit immediately. Need to speak with your manager? Set up a meeting now. Avoiding them only allows problems to grow. As you start addressing issues, those around you might feel uneasy, viewing your actions as a challenge to their own avoidance. But direct handling benefits relationships over time. If support is lacking, it opens doors to find those who will provide it. Obstacles are inevitable in life. They offer opportunities for learning and growth, but only if we choose to engage with them. Chapter 3. Major Changes. Build from small steps. In this chapter, we meet Harry. He was once a fit soccer player, but for 20 years he spent free time on the couch with snacks and online browsing. He finds it hard to rise in the morning, gets to work with effort, and struggles with concentration. One day, Harry sees his current state clearly and decides a major shift is needed. He begins rising at 5 a.m., cycling to work, and going to the gym 6 evenings a week. He eliminates unhealthy foods entirely. Yet, after some time, he sees no clear results from his efforts. The essential point? Significant transformations develop through small, consistent steps. Harry's drive diminishes. He finds the gym challenging and dislikes his new eating choices. Soon, he reverts to old patterns, feeling more discouraged because the change didn't stick. He began with strong motivation. So what went off track? Unrealistic expectations played a role. He believed he could transform quickly, but reversing 20 years of habits requires time, not immediate dramatic outcomes. We must recognize that substantial changes unfold gradually, and to sustain motivation, we advance with manageable, ongoing actions. For Harry, a gradual approach would have helped, starting with gym visits 1 or 2 times a week, steps he could maintain. Once established, he could add elements like diet adjustments or earlier bedtimes without overwhelming himself. Additionally, his goal lacked clarity. Wanting to be healthy is broad and varies by person. For some, it means losing 22 pounds. For others, climbing Mount Everest. Harry needed a precise objective, defining what he aimed for and its value to his life. The more defined your goal, the easier it is to stay committed. Chapter 4. Understand your personality type. Knowing your personality type aids in focusing on what actually matters when solving problems. You see, we each respond differently to life's challenges. In tough situations, some seek solutions quickly, while others ignore, assign blame, or simply expect someone else to resolve it. This stems from our distinct motivations and our needs. The DISC model identifies 4 primary types, with most of us aligning to 1 or perhaps 2. Erikson explains that grasping these types helps us interpret reactions to difficulties. The main idea? Recognizing your type reveals the blind spots in your problem-solving approach. Each type is color-coded. Red, outgoing and effective at confronting issues. Reds engage with conflict, challenge obstacles, and prioritize solutions. They focus on goals, act quickly, and prefer overviews to tiny details. They are driven by control, achievement, and outcomes. Task-focused and determined to succeed, they view barriers as simple hurdles to overcome, even if it affects relationships. Yellow, these individuals value connections. For them, appreciation from others is everything. They are skilled communicators who involve people in their ideas and objectives. Their biggest setback? Public embarrassment. It impacts their self-image. But they're optimistic. They recover swiftly, often finding creative solutions. Blue, logical, and unemotional. They approach everything as a rational problem, needing a sensible handle. They are experts in predicting issues before they happen. They favor structure, and they favor rules. However, chaos disrupts them, especially when plans deviate. As perfectionists, the fear of making an error can sometimes delay their action. Green, calm, patient, and attentive listeners. They prefer stability over change, sticking to routines and comfort. Greens avoid disputes and promote harmony. They are highly empathetic, loyal in friendships and teams. But they may decide slowly and often overload themselves by not refusing requests. For them, peace and steadiness outweigh any other success. So, which types resonate with you? You might blend several. The key is awareness of your traits and using your strengths when facing challenges. Chapter 5. Create support networks and address type weaknesses. The secret is simple. Use others' strengths to support your weaknesses. Building an effective network. You see, every personality type has limitations, hidden walls that can and will impede your progress. Let's look at the Reds. Reds often advance impatiently, charging ahead without team involvement. But meaningful achievements require collaboration. They benefit deeply from learning two things: patience and clear, steady communication with their colleagues. Then, we have the Yellows. Yellows excel at sharing visions, but they often need improvement in the finer details and in accepting tough feedback. The solution? Partnering with Blues. This helps shift the focus back to the facts and the roots of the issues, effectively simplifying the entire process. And what about the Greens? Greens are incredible listeners, but they can be, well, overly accommodating. To grow, they must develop ways to give direct feedback and set firm directions. Learning to handle challenging people is also key. This is why red-green pairings often succeed. They provide a natural, mutual balance to one another. Finally, the Blues. Blues plan meticulously, but they can stall. Why? Perfectionism. For a Blue, true success comes from the uncomfortable act of accepting risks and simply experimenting. The takeaway is this: understanding your type's strengths and its weaknesses builds the self-awareness needed to foresee issues before they happen. It guides you toward your ideal collaborators. After all, a strong team isn't made of identical people. It features members who complement one another, each contributing their absolute best to a collective success. Chapter 6. Define success for yourself. We should carefully consider and deeply clarify what success actually means personally. Everyone seeks it, but its definition varies widely. Traditionally, it involved steady career advancement, a comfortable home, and early retirement. Today it's more complex. It isn't just financial gain. It's about feeling purposeful. The modern struggle. We also pursue ideal appearances, relationships, social lives, and the constant hit of social media validation. We've crafted an image of perfection, regardless of the reality. Think about it. Have you ever completed a project successfully, but focused only on the recognition you didn't get? We need to rediscover enjoyment in life and appreciate all progress. Otherwise, chasing those elusive ideals might cause us to miss the present. So, what is success to you? Be detailed. If it's creating impact, specify how and for whom. How will you measure it? If it's wealth, determine the amount and its actual effects on your life. Focus on how it feels internally, not externally. Chapter 7. Maintain determination and adapt to change. When challenges appear, stay on course. People pursuing big goals share determination as a trait. We often start with enthusiasm, but large dreams create gaps between current reality and aspiration, requiring time and effort. Without visible results early on, it can discourage us. Change is demanding, and familiar comforts pull us back. In these times, hold firm with patience and persistence. When exhausted, recall why the goal matters and reward small efforts. Surround yourself with supportive people. One believer in your potential can make the difference. Successful individuals also adapt flexibly. The book highlights Netflix. Beginning as a DVD mailing service, it adapted to evolving demands and became a leader. Pursuing your aims, you may encounter sudden shifts. Being receptive to new ideas and updating approaches is essential. Another suggestion: Place problems in context. Stress can make minor issues like traffic seem overwhelming, but reviewing life's obstacles shows their relative scale. List current setbacks and rank by severity. Many will lose their hold. Ask, will this matter in 5 years? If not, limit concern to 5 minutes. Our time and selves are valuable. We hold full responsibility for our lives, shaped by our choices. When setbacks occur, the inner strength to recover and continue is always available. That concludes the summary of Thomas Erikson's Surrounded by Setbacks. Hopefully, the content was enjoyable. Any questions or comments are welcomed. May this be beneficial to all. I will try to continue with such book summaries in the coming days. Stay well, goodbye, and see you soon.